What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely going to want to check this one out. So we got that newest mayor of NYC, Mamdani, picking yet another fight with President Trump and almost instantly regretting it after realizing upon taking office exactly how powerless he is when compared to President Donald Trump, guys. I'm excited to get into this one, so we're not straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
The fare rises tomorrow. When are those free buses coming?
Fair rise today.
Fair rise today?
This is
Oh my God.
fair rise today. Gotta get it right, brother. Look, when the fare was $2.90, 1 in 5 New Yorkers were being priced out of it. We know that for so many New Yorkers, public transit is increasingly becoming out of reach. That is why at the heart of our campaign was a commitment to make the slowest buses in America fast and to make them free. And that will continue to animate our work. It will continue to be one of the central commitments of our administration. And that is work that we will be doing in tandem with Albany and our state partners there.
Because I can't keep bumming rides off my friends anymore.
Look, I have said when we ran this campaign on freezing the rent for rent-stabilized tenants, on making buses fast and free, on delivering universal childcare, I have said that by the time I am done being mayor, those will have been delivered.
Alright folks, so we can clearly see that Mamdani is still at it with his old tricks, handing out those empty promises to the folks of NYC with no serious details on the how and the when he's going to provide these so-called free buses. You know what this guy really reminds me of? He reminds me of trying to grab hold of a very slimy and slippery fish that just keeps squirming all over the place. You can never get a straightforward answer out of this guy. I don't think he even addresses the real question right there in that presser. But again, this is all a part of his plan. And I really want you guys to take a look and listen to this breakdown of what we're currently witnessing here with Zoran Mamdani. This one coming from the Rogue Lawyer.
What Mamdani has done, and this is what happens with socialism, they deliberately take steps that make no sense and smile at you while they tell you it's the right thing to do. He has appointed a female fire chief who never served in the fire department. She was in the EMS department, which means that she was in the ambulances for 25, 30 years, treating people who were injured. That's an incredibly honorable position. That's not a fireman. What that move did and was designed to do is to show everybody, I am in control. I am doing things that are objectively ridiculous because I have the power. There is a movement going on that is a slow revolution, which makes people accept things that are objectively ridiculous. There is no competent human being in the world that would pick that person to be the fire chief of the New York City Fire Department. Somebody who didn't serve in that department for decades, who served in another department. And his explanation is, well, she was on many emergency scenes. But it's a she, and it's not from the fire department. And what it establishes is that he is controlling the narrative and common sense doesn't apply anymore. This is the end of New York City if something doesn't happen in terms of a new election, because one, can you imagine all of the fire men and women who busted their ass for decades to move up the chain of command, who want to protect their organization, who got passed over for a semi-retired female emergency technician who never served in the fire department, and yet he has a press release and he's smiling at the camera. And I've seen that smile before. It's a dangerous smile. It's the smile of a borderline psychopath or sociopath who's like saying, I'm doing something that objectively looks wrong and you guys are just accepting it. It's a way of enforcing a narrative on the population. It's bad for New York City. It's bad for society. And I think our society is polarizing into camps where rational thinking matters and where virtue signaling matters. And in the end, I don't think it's good for society.
Does that move sound at all familiar to you guys? Like, did we not literally just witness Mamdani pulling that move when he was questioned by a reporter on how he's going to provide free bus fare for the folks of NYC? You see him do that sinister grin because he knows it's impossible, it's never going to happen, but he also does that smile because he knows the folks will never call him out for it. He's never been challenged, his feet are never been held to the fire because these folks are buying everything he's selling. And that honestly brings us to our story today. Mamdani actually just now discovering exactly how powerless he is after contacting President Donald Trump to condemn his capturing of the socialist president of Venezuela.
As well as other members of my team, I called the president and spoke with him directly to register my opposition to this act and to make clear that it was an opposition based on being opposed to a pursuit of regime change, to the violation of federal and international law, and a desire to see that be consistent each and every day.
And what was his response to you in that conversation?
I registered my opposition, I made it clear, and we left it at that.
Can you guys believe the nerve of this Mamdani character? I mean, this guy is not even the governor of the state of New York. He's just the mayor, so he has no say-so in federal action. I honestly would not have been surprised if President Donald Trump laughed and hung up in his face, because he is totally out of line for someone who is just a mayor. But you already know the liberal protests rang out shortly after.
We want justice, you say how? Free Maduro right now! Free Maduro right now! We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Free Maduro, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Free Maduro right now! Free Maduro right now!
Well, I guess they got us here. You guys already know the rules. The left-wing paid protesters are back out there with their signs and their chants, which means that President Donald Trump must automatically give in and abide by whatever these folks are saying. They're absolutely lost their mind if they think this is the case. This is doing absolutely nothing. It's not helping their cause. I'm not even sure I've seen one Venezuelan out there in support. As a matter of fact, I want to show you this New Yorker right here who delivers a serious wake-up call for these folks. They're protesting the wrong things.
What are your thoughts on this protest?
Well, these guys are paid. They're so organized. I mean, it's less than even 24 hours. They got hundreds of signs made. It's almost like they have a print shop in the back of their People's Forum over here down in the city. That being said, that if you looked at all the videos out on the internet, the people in Venezuela are happy that this is happening, because now they don't have to deal with socialism and communism. But the people who are actual socialists and communists are here in America protesting against what's good for the better people in Venezuela, and that's the sad part.
Thank you.
You know, and this is they want to turn this country into what that country is. You know, they don't want this country to be good. These people want to live in socialism and communism.
How is it related to Palestine? They're talking about Palestine.
How is it related to Palestine? I don't know. I mean,
I'm trying to figure it out.
There is no relationship with it. These people are just pretty much, like I said, they're bored liberals that have nothing better to do. They're funded, better than probably, I think, one of the best funded people in the world. Probably $18 million a year, from what I understand, they get funded.
I confronted Manolo DeSantos, leader of the People's Forum. I said, you guys got paid $20 million a year by Roy Neville Singham to paid protests, and he had no response. He didn't deny.
Yeah, well, he actually never says a word. He'll never, because he knows once he opens up his mouth, he he incriminates himself. So that's why
he's getting arrested at every other protest.
Yeah, but he's getting arrested,
which we
pay for. And he was also, what do you call it? He was also a couple of times I've seen him with paid security, armed paid security, walking down the block with them in a protest, which is also illegal to do. What does this have to do with Palestine? Absolutely nothing. But it's the same people who protested BLM, who are protesting Gaza, protesting Venezuela, protesting anti-Trump, no kings. Yeah. Everything just to destroy this country.
Americans are awake to the gimmicks and the paid organizing coming from these folks on the left. They can get out there and protest all they want, but it's not doing anything. That Mamdani can't help you one bit. And speaking of Mamdani not being able to help, I got to flip over to this one right here. That's actually quite funny. So apparently Venezuela reached out to Zoran Mamdani to help them out, and all he could offer up was this word salad.
I'm hearing that the Venezuelan community has tried to reach out to you. Have you made any attempts to reach out to them, and what type of assurances are you giving them, or feeling that you're giving them, since you don't have security clearances right now?
I have made clear from the first time that I spoke about this that the priority that I have is the safety and well-being of Venezuelan New Yorkers, of whom there are tens of thousands who call our city home, as well as New Yorkers as a whole. And we have, in our conversations internally, also made it clear that this is a time when many are looking for additional guidance, for additional recommendations, and additional ways to contact city government, and that's going to be a priority for the team that we've already put together and the one that we're putting together now. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
So to break that all down, Zoran Mamdani is doing absolutely nothing to help, but he wants to make it sound real neat and nice, so he wrapped it up with a pretty bow for you guys. And I saved the best, arguably the best clip for last. This is when Zoran Mamdani was ultimately forced to admit that he is powerless as to most federal issues. He has no say-so. There's nothing he can do because, once again, he is just the mayor, not even a governor of a state.
Happy New Year.
I got two quick questions. Okay. So the first one is about Maduro. You said you called the invasion and the arrest. If I can just pull up real quick. You said it was a violation of federal and international law. Do you plan to use any of the city's resources to interfere with the prosecution or anything like that?
This is a federal action on a federal timeline, and I owe it to New Yorkers to deliver for them across the 5 boroughs, and also to be honest and straightforward about my own thoughts on this.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness. And to no one's surprise, we're seeing the self-proclaimed Democratic Socialist Mayor Zoran Mamdani attempting to go up to bat and defend the socialist dictator Maduro because he's being targeted, actually been captured by his arch nemesis, President Donald Trump. And anyone who is somewhat on Zoran Mamdani's side and they're going up against President Donald Trump, he feels like he has to side with them. But he's got to keep his nose out of this one because he has no say-so. I mean, this guy is just the mayor of NYC. He's quickly learning exactly how powerless he is when it comes to going up to bat against President Donald Trump. We know he ran and campaigned on going against Trump every step of the way, but it's going to be a little tougher than what he initially thought because his federal funding is at risk. President Donald Trump has already warned him once, don't get on my bad side because your funding will be stripped faster than you can say go. So what this means is essentially all the campaign promises of free coming from Zoran Mamdani. It's not going to happen. Don't hold your breath waiting, folks, because this guy does not have the power or the authority to get the things done that he has promised the folks of NYC. And I don't see how they didn't realize it at a sooner time before he was actually voted in as the mayor of NYC. And now they have to sit with it. But guys, I'm going to continue to follow this one every step of the way. Zoran Mamdani already figuring out he's a little fish in a big ocean compared to President Donald Trump. Hop in the comments section. Let me know exactly what you guys' thoughts is on Zoran Mamdani's latest conferences coming out and trying to condemn President Donald Trump, even reaching out and calling him to say that he does not appreciate him capturing the socialist dictator. Hop in the comment section. Comments are open. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.